Hi, in this video, I'll be showing you how to make a password generator using Python. The first thing you should do is to go to the search bar in the Windows menu and type IDLE if you have Python installed. If you don't have Python installed, make sure you install Python, then look for IDLE, and then you run the code. Next, you save this file, click on File, then click on Save. I already have one saved, so I'm just going to open password generator. Next thing we need to do, we need some modules. And one of the modules we need is called the string module. And when you want to work with a new module in Python, and you don't know what that module does, just go to Google and look for that module. So you type string module in Python. This is Python documentation on the string module. I'm going to click that, and this is what you see. You'll see that the string module allows you to play with ASCII letters, so combination of lowercase and uppercase letters. You can choose just lowercase letters, just uppercase letters, just digits, and octa-digits, hexadigits, punctuations. We're going to be needing this. So now that we know what the string module does, the string module comes with Python, so it's pre-installed. It's part of the libraries that Python will give you when you install Python. Now, to use this module, I'm going to import it. Import string. So I'm going to import string module. One other module I've been needing for this video is the random module. I'm going to import random. The random module helps you to pick random numbers. It helps you to generate random things. I'm going to need that module also. Next, I'm going to create a variable. I'm going to call the variable total. Total is going to have all the strings I want to use. So for my password, I want a uppercase letter, I want a lowercase letter, I want digits, and I want punctuations. So to do that, I'm going to need to sum up all of those things in a variable called total. So I'm going to have string dot ASCII letters like it is here. I'm going to just copy this. String dot ASCII letters plus string dot. So after the ASCII letters, I need both uppercase and lowercase. I need digits. So I'm going to add string dot digits. Now I'm going to add string dot punctuation. Let me copy that to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Let me confirm that everything is working normally. I'm going to print out this into the console, print total, save, and then I'm running my code with F5. Okay, good. So I see all the ASCII letters. Then I see the digits, and I see the punctuation just as it is written in the documentation. So it shows you, okay, so it shows you, I'm not seeing my digits. Okay, so these are my digits, and these are the punctuations. Yes, everything is working correctly. So they are all in this variable called total. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to set the variable called length. Length is going to equal 16. So by standard, 16 is like the best and strongest password you can get. So length of 16 is a very, very strong password. Remember, your password has to be long for it to be safe. Longer password is always better. And 16 has been like standard for maximum security, at least in the password sense. Okay, so good. I have the total now to be all letters, digits, and punctuations, and I have the length to be 16. Next thing I want to do is to have the password itself. So I'm going to say password equal it is here that I'm going to use the random module. And just like I said at the beginning of this video, if you do not know anything about the random module, just go into Python, random module in Python, and it's going to show you the things to do with the random module. Now for the random module, I want Python official documentation. So just look for that. Wow, Python official documentation is the third on the list. Some websites are ranking more than Python official documentation. That's amazing. Okay. What I want to use in this random is the shuffle. So I want to shuffle the digits. You want to shuffle a particular sequence into place. Okay. No. What I want to use is the sample method. So I want to sample it. So I want to return a particular length from the total variable. So I want to use the random.sample. Just going to go back into my code. Password variable is equals to random.shuffle. So remember, I've already imported the module. Without importing the module, you cannot use the module. Random.shuffle, no, .sample. Keep saying shuffle. Why? Okay. Random.sample. Then what is the population? So you can see here, it's asking for the population. The population is this total variable. So take the population as the total variable, and the K is the number that you want to shuffle. How many number do you need that you want to sample? Keep saying shuffle. Okay, so length is the number that I want to sample. I'm going to close that. Now I want to print password and see if it gives me what I want. Save. F5. Wow. So I get the sample as a list item. So I can see 0-n, capital N. This is a good password, but it's being returned as a list. So that's what random.sample does. It gives us as a list. Now we need it as a string. And to put it into a string, all we need to do is say an empty string. So this is an empty string, nothing is inside, dot join. And then you join all these items. So that's how you convert from a list into a string. So this empty list, empty string, going again, this empty string dot join this whole list. And now if I print this out, everything should work fine. Yes. So now can you say this is a strong password? I'm going to save that and run it again. But usually if you've ever used this password generators on sites, sometimes you don't like the password, you want a different one. So let's make our program give us a different password if we don't like the current one that is showing. To do that, first I'll need to turn this into a function. Define generate password. Name of my function is generate password. Open and close the curly braces. Make sure you put your colon. And then outside of this, I'm going to call generate password. Let me make sure everything is working. Okay, I'm saving that and running it. Okay, it's working. But I don't want to call this just like that. I want it in a while loop. So if a user is not satisfied, I keep calling it. So I'm going to say while user responds. While user response is equal to yes, or user response. So sometimes some user might just type in Y, or user response. No, NSE is equal to Y, just the string Y. Then I want you to call generate password. But this while loop is not aware of what user response is. So I need to define an outside variable that I'll call user response. So the while loop knows what user response is. Else, it will just not work. Then I need to make this yes. So while user response is equals to yes, it should generate the password. Then once it has generated the password, then it should ask the user for an input. So user response variable again. So I want to be able to change this variable that is outside with whatever the user says. User response equals to an input. So I'm having an input. Do you want to generate another password? Do you want another password? And sometimes some users don't know what to press, so let's give them an int. So we'll say yes or no. Okay, now they know what to press. Sometimes some users also will press YES all in capital letters. And so to combat that, I just need to lower the case so that it works with what I set over here. So now all I need to do, okay, let's save this and run. Okay, so user response is not defined. So it's telling me it doesn't know what this user response variable is. I told you Python will complain if I don't set that variable. So what is happening? I set it, but something is wrong in line 13. Okay, so let's close that. So user, okay, so I forgot to add S. Okay, good. Now it's working, and then it's asking me, do you want another password? Yeah, good. If I type in all capital letters, yes, it still works. But then this is not so user friendly. Let's add in some space here so the user knows the difference between the last one and the new one. That's more user friendly. Always develop code that people will like. It's good. Print. Okay. Now you can run this code. Do you want another password? Yes. Good. Aren't you proud of yourself? Now, if you were not following me as I was typing, it's time to pause the video, rewatch again, and follow me. This is an awesome project. You are learning Python. If you find this video useful, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next one.